Hey guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, just going to do a quick review of my new Ruger SP101. So let's open it up. First of all, it does come with a very nice case. This is definitely an upgrade from the cases of the past. Not sure how many Ruger firearms are offered in a case like this, but new Ruger SP101s are currently coming in this case. At least the version that I got, and it looks like several versions because this is kind of a one-size-fits-all case. But we come in here. I just kind of got the basic SP101. This is typically what people think of when you think of an SP101. I believe this is a 2¼ inch barrel, 357 Magnum with the rubber grips and the plastic grip panels, 5-shot revolver, double action, single action. This is typically what people think about when you think of an SP101. They do come in other configurations, like there's a 3-inch barrel, there's a double action only version with a bobbed hammer, there's a 38 special version, there are some like 4-inch versions in 22 and 327 Federal mag. So they're all different kinds of options out there. There's even a match champion where it's like I want to say it's like a 3-inch barrel and some nice wood grips. So yeah, so those are all the different configurations you can get, but I got the basic configuration, and quite honestly I really like it. Now again, 5-shot revolver. Ruger has a push button release, which I really like, same as my Security 6 and the GP100, and pretty much all of your Ruger double action revolvers have a push button release like this. Just basic sights, just a trench with a blade. The 4-inch versions are offered with adjustable sights and different sight blade options. There's fiber optics, and I'm not sure if they come with a regular blade as well, but I know fiber optics for sure is an option on the 4-inch barrels. One thing I do not like about new Ruger revolvers, specifically the new like the SP101, the GP100, the Super Red Hawk, they don't have a full grip frame, and I'll have to do a separate video explaining this and why I don't like it. But basically, most revolvers, when you think of like a Smith & Wesson or a Colt, or like the older Rugers or the Tauruses, and most revolvers have a full grip frame where the metal actually is in the shape of the actual grip. And a lot of times you'll see like an exposed back strap that goes all the way down. And when you take the grips off, it actually looks the same basic profile as the grips themselves. Ruger, with the SP101, the GP100, and I assume the Super GP100 and the Super Red Hawk, all have this kind of like tang grip frame. In other words, it's kind of like a little nub that just, it comes down to, I guess, about here, and it's, skinnier than the actual grip, and that's just where your spring is. There's no actual grip frame. So, I really don't like that. It doesn't make it seem as solid, but quite honestly, it's not that bad of a grip. And of course, I haven't shot it yet, so I don't know how well it works with recoil, but it's not that bad. It could be better, in my opinion, but we'll have to see when I actually take it out to shoot it. It does have a fairly decent trigger pull. I'm no expert on trigger pulls, but it's fairly smooth. It's not the smoothest. Ironically, I think my Taurus 85 has a little bit smoother trigger than this, and that's like that gun's like half the price of this. But it's not as good of quality of a gun. Now, the single action is a nice light trigger pull. I don't know. I'm not even going to say, because I'm not an expert on guessing trigger weights, so I'm not even going to comment on that, but it is a nice light trigger pull. Very tight lockup. There's like no wiggle room there. So yeah, that's really all I can really say about it. It does have the transfer bar like all Ruger revolvers do nowadays, and Taurus and a whole bunch of other different revolver companies have a transfer bar in them. So that's good. It's a nice safety feature. It does have this little cutout here so that you can use speed loaders, and I guess it also works as like a thumb rest too. I'm not exactly sure which specific reason that they put this in here, or maybe it's both reasons, but that does give you a little bit of a relief for speed loaders. My Taurus 85 does not have that, which ironically is what I got these HKS speed loaders for. I specifically wanted these for my Taurus 85 in case I decided I was going to carry that gun, but they didn't work as nicely as I hoped because they have a different grip and it's a little bit smaller of a gun, and it doesn't have this relief cutout like the I think the wood grips that those were offered in back in the day, I believe they did have a cutout like this, but now they're made with a rubber grip, and it's not as nice to put a speed loader in it. In fact, I don't even think they make the Taurus 85 anymore. It's actually like the 856, which is basically like the 85 6-shot. I think that's what that means. But good news is the Ruger SP101, at least in this configuration, can use speed loaders, and it will obviously use speed strips, which I also have, but I don't have with me right now. So that is a nice thing to know, especially if you're going to carry this, which I might carry in the future. But I haven't shot it yet, can't really get ammo easily right now, so I'm probably not going to shoot this a whole heck of a lot. And truth be told, I really don't want to carry something that I don't have a whole lot of trigger time on. Just to me, that's common sense. You want to have a good deal of trigger time on your carry revolver. But as far as size goes, I think this would be a great concealed carry option. Some people, like Nut and Fancy, would say that this is not a good concealed carry option because it's heavy, and it is. It's a pretty heavy gun for the weight, and especially for the 5-shot capacity. But as far as revolvers go, I think that this is a pretty good option for concealed carry. So if you want to carry a revolver, I think this is a winner in my book as far as size and weight goes. And by the way, with revolvers, especially like 357 Magnum, 44 Magnum, all your Magnum calibers, you want a heavy gun to tame that recoil, because if you don't have a heavy gun to tame that recoil, it's gonna, a lot of times it's gonna hurt. So, especially with like 44 Magnum, like those Smith & Wesson 329s or whatever that are titanium, and scandium and whatever different light metals that those are, those really hurt to shoot, and those are a much bigger gun than this. So, in my opinion, you definitely want a good heavy gun for a revolver, especially in Magnum calibers, so that it can tame the recoil a lot better than, say, like a Ruger LCR, which I don't have any experience with, so I couldn't tell you exactly what the differences in recoil are, but I would say that the LCR is has a lot heavier recoil than a gun like this, which is all steel. So anyway, that is the Ruger SP101, just a nice basic 5-shot 357 Magnum revolver. Hopefully I can get it out to shoot. Hopefully I can get some more ammo for it in the near future. We'll have to see about that. And I would just really like to take this to the range and test it out, see how accurate it is, see how good of a shot I am, because gun's only as accurate as the shooter. So subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.